welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the most magical podcast in the Midwest. That's right, the Magic in the Midwest podcast, starring USA Today best-selling author J.B. Michaels and his more successful wife, Ashley Michaels. And now, your hosts. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Magic in the Midwest podcast. How's everybody doing?
Good, I think.
Good, I think. I hope so. I hope people are good. Is this mine? That's mine now. Has this just been sitting here?
Probably.
All right, guys, we got our bottles of water. We are in
the zone.
We are ready to go. This is the 72nd podcast of Magic in the Midwest. Ash.
Okay.
72.
Wow.
Yes, and the 72nd episode is brought to you by our Bandcamp exclusive episodes and our Bandcamp subscribers. Our exclusive subscribers, thank you so much to some great subscriber activity. Ash, it's not helping me out here.
Well, I don't. This is your part. No, don't say. Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
Wow, really crabby today.
Guys. I am not crabby. I am not crabby. I am ready for you to get with it. Okay. All right. So here's the other thing. We also write a lot of books. So the latest book is Why the F Do I Need Life Insurance? It'll be out.
Why the F?
Why the F Do I Need Life Insurance? Will be out very, very soon. It'll be free, so you can just download it, whenever you want and enjoy it. It's a very quick read. It's entertaining nonetheless, and you can learn a little bit more about it. And why the F. You could answer that question for yourself. Why the F do you need life insurance?
Why the F?
Why the F? Right. So there's that. Then there's all the cozy mysteries. If you want a really good autumn cozy mystery, there is Festival of the Vine, which is the fourth Mac and Millie mystery. But you can enjoy it. You don't need to have read the other ones. You can enjoy the mystery therein. Festival of the Vine and Mac and Millie mystery is, going to be prevalent soon, since Festival of the Vine is going to be this weekend in Geneva, Illinois, which is where I base all those books. So I'll be there volunteering. But also I have a book signing this Saturday over at the Little Traveler, a.k.a. the Tiny Wanderer.
Fans.
So if you're in the area, come on out and, come on, see me and grab a book, or, bring your book and I'll sign the book.
There you go.
So, yeah. Yes, and then, of course, the podcast has led us to lots of great people, one of whom is
Emily at MagicMouseTravel.com. She is a vacation planner that travels? Well, she does travel. But she specializes.
She's a vacation planner that travels.
She specializes in Disney and Universal vacations and Disney Cruise Line. So if you're looking to book a trip, you should contact Emily. She is great. She is very knowledgeable. She is sweet, very easy to work with. And if there are some things about your trip that you still want control over, obviously you would still be able to do that, or she can do everything for you. She will also provide a no-obligation quote to you. The best way to contact her is via email, like I stated before, and that email is Emily at magicalmousetravel.com.
Yes, Emily at Magical Mouse Trav.
Yeah, I mean, she can do, customized itinerary, she can do all of it, so check her out.
Yeah, if you, I don't know if you should say check her out, like she's some object. My gosh.
You made it weird.
My gosh. You're terrible. Anyway, so
check out her. No, I was going to say something that was
learn more about
it. No, that's not good.
It doesn't matter. I'm just kidding. All right, so
look into it.
Look into it. Yes, look into it. Yeah, we really enjoy working with Emily. She's really great, you guys. So, we've booked some things. We've got some tickets. We got some stuff. Everything is very exciting. When it's kind of fun when you get to reach out to your friend Emily at Magical Mouse Travel, because that means you're going on vacation. So That means you're
Yeah.
getting ready to gear up, and she will make that experience very pleasant for you. So,
Yes.
even though Disney is throwing a lot of unpleasant things at us, Emily is very pleasant to work with.
Indeed, she is.
Yeah, and just an all-around nice human being. There's not a lot of those.
Not a lot of us left.
I feel like there's not a lot
Am I
left.
one?
Definitely, in my experience, as of late, there isn't a lot of that left.
I mean...
Definitely. But anyway, so... we thought today, Ash, we're gonna do what's called a time capsule comparison.
Okay.
Okay, so we're just gonna look back at the 25th anniversary. Okay, and we're gonna compare it to the 50th anniversary, which is coming up in less than a month officially.
Yikes.
Disney will be celebrating their 50th anniversary. Walt Disney World will be celebrating its 50th anniversary.
Crazy.
You heard us talk about our unhappiness with the choices made for the 50th fireworks, because I just feel like it's another fireworks show, not really a 50th fireworks show.
We had a lot of people write in and say that they agreed.
Oh, good. That's good. I mean, yeah, that's actually seems to be kind of a sentiment among fans, among super fans.
Yeah, right. Yes.
But anyway, people that have, are fans of Walt Disney World and have gone back and, whatever. Okay, so we're going to look back at the 25th anniversary. Now, let's just get this elephant in the room out of the way right now. The 25th anniversary celebration was very controversial. And this seems to be the case. They feel like big, major milestone anniversaries, Disney has trouble landing, I guess, in certain respects. They sparked a lot of controversy in the 25th anniversary back in '96 with making the castle into a giant pink birthday cake.
Okay, now I have some thoughts on this.
Yeah.
I know you and your family saw it. You were all of the mindset that you didn't like it. You were
really
not
like
fans
it. Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
So I didn't really know anything about this. I was not a huge Disney fan before I met JB, and I heard them all talk about this. So in my mind, I sort of thought that like most people didn't like it. And I posted something about it. This was probably like months ago on our Instagram. I did like a little poll, and it was half and half. Seems like half the people loved that castle. And they wrote in about how they have special memories with it and they really like it. And there was like a magic band that had that on there, like the bubblegum
and
castle.
we did that
and they really
too.
wanted it.
Yeah.
But other people really didn't like it at all. So I didn't realize how split it was. I really do feel like it's pretty split down the middle.
It is.
And you know what, to be honest, I don't love how it looks in pictures.
Right.
That's, no one's right or wrong. It's just your opinion.
No, it's your
right?
opinion.
But I could see how, like, if this idea got brought up, that you would think it was a good idea. Maybe not the bright pink, like the like bubblegum pink, but you'd be like, oh yeah, we'll turn the castle into. I mean, like, as an idea itself, it's not the worst. I feel like, you know what I mean? We're only saying it now because it's hindsight and we saw what it looked like for us.
I did see it in person. It was, I mean, I didn't like completely, at the time when I was there, I didn't completely hate it. I mean, I was younger. I didn't really care, honestly, either way. I mean, I was like...
Wasn't like you were like
Mom
punching things at Disney.
was not a fan of it.
Right.
She was just like, oh, geez, I missed the castle. I feel like you just go back to that. So she wasn't a super big fan of the big balloon makeover of making it look like a pink balloon. Yeah, so I mean, it was like a big, like balloon overlay. I mean, at the time, like I said, at the time I wasn't super, but I mean, when you look back on it, I mean, I guess it is kind of neat. But I was kind of indifferent when I was 16 years old when I went in 97. So, but anyway, now let's look at the castle now, Ash. Now there's pink and blues, and like they redid the castle again for the 50th with this like iridescent stuff, and then they splashed on that blue iridescent stuff on the spires, and then repainted it and kind of dimmed it and toned it down. So what do you think of today's castle?
I mean, I think it's obviously a safer option than what they did 25 years ago. I think they learned their lesson with that. Meaning, like, I know it's no offense to anyone that liked it, but right, they don't want it to be something so intense that people are split. They're just doing something that's a little bit
more
different.
Muted.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One other thing to note too, and this is something I learned from another podcast, was that like there was no announcement about this happening. So people that had like been on a long waiting list to get married at the Grand Floridian Pavilion.
Yeah, back in the
25th had just like this bubblegum pink castle in the background of their photos, which isn't what they, maybe wanted. Maybe some of them are happy and some of them weren't. But I think they, were like, okay, we got to do something different, but we're going to just keep it a little bit more chill. I really, really want to like the pink on the castle now. And I do. I just don't think it goes well with the blue turrets, even the muted ones. Like that blue and the pink shouldn't be mixed. Though it needs to be something other than blue. Like if you're gonna put pink on there, I like the gold. I like the ribbons wrapping around. I think that looks pretty. I think it looks really pretty at night. During the day, it looks just like it just is off for me. Like with the blue, the bright blue, and then the pink. I like everything else about it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't quite go for me.
Right.
But, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, no. Yes. I mean, I feel like now obviously is less controversial. It is nice. But, the traditional, kind of gray and blue come back. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they won't. The white and blue. We'll see. Usually they do put those 50th and the 25th are temporary like makeovers for the castle, but you never know.
Because it kind of looks like California's castle right now with the pink, doesn't it? Isn't it a little bit closer to what Disneyland's looks like?
Right, a little bit. Yeah, it does.
Okay.
So then we have, there was a festivities of a television event called The Night of Magical Dreams that was hosted by Regis and Kathy Lee. And I know that on October 1st there's going to be another special TV special on ABC celebrating the 50th anniversary. So that will be cool. And then there was the following morning, there was a special ceremony. Roy E. Disney, another person who has passed. Regis is gone. Roy is gone.
Yeah.
And who read his father's opening day dedication. Obviously, Michael Eisner spoke, and then First Lady Hillary Rodham Clinton spoke.
Right.
At the 25th. I don't know who is on the lineup for. I don't know who is in the lineup for the rest of the show. Or the 50th show. I'd probably not people like that, but we'll see. I mean, maybe Josh tomorrow's going to speak. Is Bob Chapek going to speak? Would you rather have Roy Disney and Michael Eisner or Chapek and Josh tomorrow?
The former.
Yeah. Michael and Roy E. Disney. I think I would probably have.
Yeah.
Okay. So. And then new hotels and vacation experiences that, by the way, this article we're looking at is on allears.net by Chuck Schmidt, so we should probably give him some credit. But that's what we're using to kind of go through the 25th elements. The other stuff we just know. The new hotel, Ash, that opened up in October 1st, 1996 was the Boardwalk Resort.
Mm-hmm. I thought it opened up earlier than that. I thought it was early 90s.
I thought it was too, but apparently not.
Okay.
I guess Old Key West was first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I knew Old Key West was first. I just thought that this was a little earlier in the 90s, but I am incorrect.
I mean, you have to realize, too, that the Boardwalk was like, promoted, and it still is, as like an entertainment complex. At the time, it opened with the ESPN Club. It still has the Atlantic Dance Hall, Jelly Rolls, Flying Fish.
But they actually were going to put like a roller coaster on
Yeah,
the boardwalk.
yeah.
At the time, they were going to kind of flush it out with a carnival ride or a
Right.
few carnival rides or something like that, and that just didn't happen.
So I guess the equivalent 50th anniversary resort, Ash, is the Riviera.
Gross.
You don't think so? You don't like it?
No, I think it's beautiful. I just don't think it's very...
Disney-ish.
Yeah. And I know there's a lot of people that love the Riviera, and it just depends on the kind of things that you like. Like, I don't love that there's not, like, a bigger lobby. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, there's no comparing the lobby
It's a
of the
European
Riviera
style.
compared to,
Yeah.
you know, like, the lobby of the Wilderness Lodge. Like,
Right.
it's just two different types of stuff. I mean, I'm very excited to, like, go in there and look at the artwork and that type of stuff, and I know people love the rooms, but, yeah, just two different, to me, it's two different types of hotels.
Right. So Boardwalk you like Boardwalk more for its aesthetic and the different options, and Riviera is, you know,
Yeah, and I mean, it's not even like the necessary, like the style, like the aesthetic of Boardwalk. It's more of just like that type of hotel.
Yeah.
Like with the bigger lobby and like certain, you know.
yeah, because plus
It's not like 25 stories high.
right. It's not a tower.
It's not a tower.
Yeah, Riviera is a tower. And the other weird thing, you know what the weird thing about the Riviera is that yes, it's like the most convenient of the Skyliner resorts. Well, to Epcot, I think, maybe, right? Or is the Caribbean?
I don't know.
I don't remember. I think it is the most convenient to Epcot. But the other weird thing too about it, Ash, is that it's that's all it is. Like Boardwalk is so much more. Like there's so much more to it. There's so much more things to do. Mm-hmm. Like the Riviera is pretty much a tower. It has the normal pools. It's got some couple nice restaurants, or a nice restaurant up there, Topolino's, I think, right? Terrace, yeah, Topolino's Terrace, I think it is. But yeah, so I mean, it has that. But then that's it. And then it's just got access to the Skyliner. And what's crazy is that the Riviera is the most expensive resort on property.
I mean,
It's more expensive than Grand Floridian right now. At
Yeah.
least DVC points wise, right? It's Riviera's number one.
I believe so.
Yeah. So I mean that's an intense amount of points for something that everyone we know people that have stayed there, and they've said, "Oh, it's beautiful," but it's not. They always say, "But."
But, yeah.
They're like, "It's beautiful, but it doesn't feel like a Disney resort. Like it just doesn't have the same feel."
Well, I mean, like, some people love it, right? And you know, we all have things that matter more to us. Like, I love a grand lobby. It makes me feel like I'm at Disney. Obviously, Disney is not the only place where you can go to a hotel and there's a grand lobby. But
Right.
I like the feel of that when I walk in there. That's what I associate with a Disney hotel. Looking at all the detail in there and everything. And I know that this doesn't have it. It's small. And to some people, that doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter that they're on the Skyliner instead of on a monorail or whatever. And so to you, listening to us, you'd be like, so what? But to me, that type of thing matters. It's how it feels. It's the openness. I love the boardwalk because of, like, just how it feels, the vibe.
Right.
When you're out on the
Right.
boardwalk, it's alive. There's lots of stuff going on. I think when we do finally, like, get into the Riviera to explore it
I'm sure
more,
we'll love it.
I mean, there'll be plenty of things we really, really like.
Yeah. And here's the other thing that opened. Coronado Springs would open in '97, so there was still the celebration. Usually Disney's major celebrations, you guys, last about 18 months. So if you'll go, the 50th will still be happening. If you don't go in 2021 or even 2022, it'll go into 2023. So so then, Ash, another one was Coronado Springs that opened, which was a moderate resort. Remember, you got to look at the Disney. Let's just go back and think about this for a second. The Disney World of '96, of October '96, was 3 theme parks.
Right.
Right?
No Animal Kingdom.
No Animal Kingdom yet. Okay. Only a couple there's geez, Old Key West, and then Boardwalk, and so like there was not that many DVC resorts yet. Swan and the Dolphin were there, but I mean, like there was no Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. There was no Galaxy's Edge. There was no, there was a lot of things that weren't there yet, which is crazy.
A lot of things that had yet to be taken away.
Right. And yes, things that were there, like
now there was no Magical Express.
There was no Magical Express yet.
But at this point, you still could. What kind of tickets were happening at this point? Paper tickets?
Yeah, you got paper tickets. Yeah.
So you weren't going to the Disney store.
There's no Magic Bands.
Buying.
No, you could go to
tickets.
You could go to the Disney store. I guess you could get the plastic ticket too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then the Disney Institute. Was another thing that opened near the 25th anniversary, which is now Saratoga Springs. Okay, and the Disney Institute is the same spot that Saratoga Springs is now at. So it's a huge. I actually stayed at the Disney Institute in 1998 when Animal Kingdom opened.
Now, what year were you there? Was it 1996 when you were there before the 50th, or were you there in 1995?
We were there in 1997.
Oh, after. Okay.
Okay, right. Like I think the 25th was
or
still
25th, I meant. Yeah.
Still happening. So we did see the cake and everything, and then we went back the following year. After I think pretty much after 97, we sort of made it. A thing that this is just we're just gonna keep going to Disney.
Right. Well, I mean, the three of you were older too. It was easier to go. It wasn't like there was a toddler or you know what I mean.
Right. I don't think there's been a lot of years that I haven't gone since 1997. To be honest.
Yeah. Because we were there. Our one trip as a family was in 1994.
Right. And I was there in 93 and stayed at the Caribbean, and there was a 4-year break. So that was a long time for us. And there was a lot that happened in that 4 years.
Right.
A lot of big changes. Not some weren't great. But, such is life. But that Disney Institute was actually interesting. It was basically like an academy, like a, vacation academy. Where you could learn about entertainment and culinary arts and design and gardening and sports and fitness and performing arts, all this different kind of stuff. There's program experiences like professional development.
Cool.
Or just enrichment. And then, of course, in 96, Downtown Disney expanded. Rainforest Cafe came there, and World of Disney opened in 1996.
Old
Diz, as some of our family members like to call it. Old Diz. So that's just this crazy. Wow. I mean, so the construction was underway for the new west side of Downtown Disney, which Downtown Disney is now, of course, Disney Springs. And that, of course, the little bit of the very first, cruises of the Disney Magic and Disney Wonder were sort of happening, which is cool. And now there's another ship going to be opening soon, Disney Wish. There's the Disney Wide World of Sports, okay, where the Atlanta Braves, I think, did their spring training. And then, of course, when all of this was happening, Animal Kingdom was being built, because Animal Kingdom would be built and would open in 98. So, yeah. So, and then Test Track was supposed to be open at this time, but didn't. So that was kind of an interesting one. So that's just crazy. Test Track was supposed to be open in 97. It wouldn't open until 1999. So a huge delay in that. So kind of crazy. I'm sure, and there's a lot more to this, but yeah, so I mean, kind of crazy. Now, a Rainforest Cafe opened in August of 96. And, you know, now we're getting Space 220 over. That's a new restaurant that's going to be opening just in time for the 50th anniversary. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's you know, if we look at the Disney experience in 1996, you know, park hoppers weren't an added charge, right? Park hoppers, you could pay for a park hopper pass, right? So it wasn't like it was just, yes. I mean, I guess it was an added charge, but
wasn't there a time when it
your
wasn't?
Disney. I think there might have been a time when it wasn't.
Maybe not.
But there was a time. But then the other thing about the park tickets is that they never expired.
Right.
So you bought no expiration tickets anytime you bought a ticket.
And you know what? Right now, for me, even with all the announcements they've made, I think I'm going to stick to this. That is the biggest loss of value overall. And here's the reason why. If tickets don't expire, usually the way that the price tiering works is that, like, the tickets cost less the more you buy. So we would go buy like 10 tickets at once, and they would be like reduced to like $40 a ticket almost, because we were buying 10 tickets. Yeah. And then you could use them over 2 trips. Now you can't do that. And it has basically doubled the cost of, like, if you're someone that goes back all the time, and it's doubled the cost of tickets. Plus, now, I mean, there's been all these price hikes, so almost basically tripled them. And I know I've mentioned this before, but just as a side note, when we went with my parents in 2019, they thought about maybe only going into the parks 5 days out of the 8 to try and save money. Yeah. So we priced it out, and it was almost the same amount of money to go in 8 days as it was to go in 5, because the price of the ticket per day drops if you go in more. So it's like, you might as well just, like, they're going to get the same amount of money out of you, and you're going to either do 5 or 8. Yeah. But it used to not be that way, because JB used to go into the Disney store and just put 10 tickets on a card. Yeah, and 10 just use them.
10-day pass and just prepay, and it wasn't even that much money.
No, it was
like $300.
Right, because it was like $30 a day to do 10 days. It was such a smart thing to do.
And a park hopper. No expiration park hopper.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I know.
It's amazing. Yeah.
And when we bought into the DVC, we kind of were like, this is what we'll do.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Didn't really work out that way, because Disney's been making
So, I mean, there are a lot of other losses, but, you know, that was such a great tip for people that went all the time. And when they took away the no expiration, and, you know, for a while you could pay extra to get the no expiration, but then it started not making sense, and there was like so many tiers of pricing, it was insane. But yeah.
So here's the crazy. You ready for this? Mm-hmm. I'm looking at a guide, the official 25th anniversary guide of Disney, and here is what it says on the back. You ready for this? This is crazy, and for some reason it won't effing load the way I want.
Effing
load, guys. All right, here we go, guys. It says, enjoy the only ticket you'll need for Disney's 25th. It says, enjoy all the fun of the exciting 25th anniversary celebration. Disney World Park Hopper passes offer unmatched advantages. Unlimited admission to Magic Kingdom Park, Epcot, and MGM Studios for the number of days on your pass. No expiration date on your theme park admission days. Okay? Same day park hopping. Unlimited fun at Blizzard Beach, Typhoon Lagoon, River Country, Pleasure Island, and Discovery Island for 7 consecutive days, starting with the first day pass is used at any park. So this was the ultimate Disney ticket you could get. Okay? Significant savings, obviously, if you did a single day ticket and then went through, compared that to the price of this, like you were just saying.
Right.
But same day park hopping, no expiration date, no theme park reservation. No, you can only theme park hop after 2. Like, totally.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you think about it now. The park reservation system is all tied into the Genie Plus situation. Yeah. Obviously. Because they have to be able to control it a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I get it, you know.
Now, because the parks are so full all the time.
Yeah.
And I mean, the thing about all the recent announcements is that, like, the hotel reservations are full.
Yeah.
So, until that doesn't happen anymore, Disney will continue making whatever decisions they want.
Yeah.
With no regard to value or how people feel about it.
Yes.
Or the people that, have dedicated their however many vacations and stuff like that to them, because, it's not apparently stopping people from coming.
Right. So, and then here's some other things that were part of Disney 1996. This is one of the things that this guide said. This is all what the guide is saying. Okay, it is saying, see your favorite classic Disney characters in the new Remember the Magic Parade. So using words like remember, right? Like, because this is an anniversary of a place. We're actually like celebrating the fact
Disney
that
World.
this exists. Right. Meet Mickey and the gang at the all-new Mickey's Toontown Fair, which is now New Fantasyland. So the Toontown Fair is completely gone. Okay?
Right.
Is now New Fantasyland.
Okay.
I think like Little Mermaid and Dumbo and although that whole area was Mickey's Toontown.
Okay.
And don't miss the glow of spectro magic and fantasy in the sky every night of the anniversary.
Now, what about that show? Was that...
Every night of the anniversary. Every single night. Go ahead.
Because we were talking about the show that they announced for the 50th. Was the show for the 25th more on theme for...
It looks like they didn't do a special fireworks show.
Okay.
At Magic Kingdom. They just were doing Spectro Magic, which was already there, the nighttime parade. Which, by the way, there's no nighttime parade. Like, that's another value that is gone.
I'm just feel like I'm starting not to, I'm just stoic.
Like, that's another major thing that was part of the Disney signature Magic Kingdom experience for decades. And it's just not, they haven't announced any sort of nighttime show, nighttime parade.
Right.
Like, they're just, we don't, maybe we just don't need it anymore.
Don't. Take it away.
Epcot, I know we're getting Harmonious, and everybody loves those big, stupid barges that are sitting and blocking everyone's views of the World Showcase.
Everyone loves them?
No, I'm being, obviously, sarcastic.
Sarcastic.
At Epcot, be dazzled by Illuminations 25. The brand new light and laser and fireworks spectacular premiering this year. So they did do another new Epcot Illuminations, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Discovery Island was still a thing at this time. So, which was a wilderness island that you could go to, which had some cool species of birds and different things that were, and extraterrestrial alien encounter was still there, which I love.
Or all the Magic Kingdom moms took it away.
Yeah. So, we are just, this is just a different time, And then it says here, oh God, look at this. With the recent debut of Honey, I Shrunk the Audience, Interventions, Ellen's Energy Adventure, and Illuminations 25. Holy cow, you guys. Okay, so let's break that down. Honey, I Shrunk the Audience is now, they show some, animated clips of Pixar, in that theater. They don't even try. That's over by the Imagination Pavilion.
No, I think that's really the theme of that whole area for a while. We don't even try.
They still haven't announced anything for that area. No. Oh, okay. Interventions, which is now shut down. Ellen's Energy Adventure, which is shut down now and is being replaced with Guardians of the Galaxy's Cosmic Rewind, which of course I am all about. Okay, so I'm totally okay with that. I do miss the dinosaur element of the Ellen's Energy Adventure, or of the energy, the universe of energy. Illuminations 25. I could definitely say that I know that Len Testa of other Disney podcasts would be upset that Illuminations is gone because he loved Illuminations. So I'm another one of those people. So I hope Harmonious and its big stupid barges at least creates a good show at night. But I don't know. We'll see.
Big stupid barges. That's the name of this episode.
Big stupid barges. Yeah, that's right.
And a cake castle.
And look at the way that they like pushed Epcot. They said you could spend 2 days at Epcot, 1 day in the World Showcase, and 1 day in Future World discovering what life may be like on our 50th anniversary.
Oh gosh, it's gonna be the worst.
So that's what it says. So on the 50th anniversary, you guys, here's what your Epcot is. Okay, it's nothing but construction walls
and barges
everywhere, and barges blocking your path, blocking your line of sight in the World Showcase. That's what your 50th
Happy
is.
50th.
Happy 50th.
A-holes.
Oh man, isn't that funny? That is so funny that they're saying, and now it's like right now, the state of it as the 50th draws near. Future World is a mess.
Yeah.
Okay. Illuminations is gone. Mm-hmm. Okay. And there's barges blocking line of sight at World Showcase.
Guys, seriously, when we were there, and the last time we were there, and we looked out and saw that while we were eating, it was just the ugliest thing I've ever seen. I don't care what they do.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that during the day. Like, whoever came up with this idea, and I don't care if you're listening to this, which you're probably not. Here's a hot take. It's the worst.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just about what it can do. I mean, I'm sure it'll be great, right? Like anything they do, a lot of times it's amazing. But, you have to think about what you're giving up for that.
Yeah.
And I know everyone always jokes that Disney fans like whine and then they go back, which is exactly what we're going to do.
Yes.
Me and JB, I get it. But we're upset because we're invested.
Yeah.
And we do really like it. And lately it's just sort of like, to me, I'll be honest, and I know JB says I don't know what's going on for the 50th because we're not really paying attention to it as much, but I just feel like they kind of, like, don't care.
Yeah.
It does kind of feel like that. Like,
it does sort of not.
This whole side of Epcot's just, like, in shambles, and then there's just, like, big hunks of metal in the pond, and it's fine.
You gotta go through a maze to make sure you get there. I mean, I know they're improving it, but they didn't have, like, they could have improved things over time. Instead, they chose to not do anything forever and then do everything
here
all
and
at
talks
once.
About how they lost billions of dollars. Please stop yourself, because they've made so many billions of dollars over so many years. Yes, they took a big loss, and I get it. They laid off a lot of people, but the decisions they're making now, I mean, the thing is, to me, it just screams like, we're doing the 50th, and there's a lot of things that just, like, aren't ready or really not in quite order, I think, for such a big celebration. Yes, you have to work on things. Yes, walls have to go up when you have construction. There has to be construction for things to change. Trust me, I get it. But to me, it's just very clear that they're kind of like,
Right.
I don't know. We're going to do a nighttime show that's just blatantly about movies that didn't make it that we wish made it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just sort of like, they just like, well, I mean, you're gonna come and you're gonna watch it.
Well, we're still going to promote these because we want people to get more Disney Plus subscriptions.
We didn't make enough money on this.
And then, of course, if you look over to Disney Mgm Studios, Ash, this is what they said as new to the park for the 25th anniversary. New to the park are Disney's The Hunchback of Notre Dame, a musical adventure. Mm-hmm. So that was like a show.
Okay.
Obviously, that didn't last super long because people weren't super thrilled with Hunchback of Notre Dame. What do you think of Hunchback of Notre Dame, the Disney version?
I haven't seen it in a long time. It's not my favorite. I don't know.
Yeah.
When I think of like classic, the villain. That one is really scary.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty,
and it's dark overall.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dark story anyway, but yeah.
When I think of classic Disney, it's not really the movie that comes to mind for me.
Yeah. Great music. Steven Schwartz, the same guy who did Wicked and, everything. So good music. Mm-hmm. And then you could go backstage past to 101 Dalmatians, the ones with Glenn Close, okay, which were big in the 90s. And get this, the very first iteration of Toy Story in Hollywood at Disney's MGM Studios, Ash. They had a Toy Story parade.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that was before, obviously, it would get, Toy Story Mania and then, of course, Toy Story Land. But that was the first iteration, was a Toy Story parade. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then, of course, at this point, guys, Hollywood Studio or MGM Studios had been around for only like 7 years. So it still had all the classics. It still had, Indy and little Voyage of the Little Mermaid, and the big thing was obviously that everybody would go to was the Tower of Terror. Rock and Roller Coaster would not be open yet, so at this point. So pretty cool. Star Tours, of course. The backstage tour would be around. Muppet Vision, the Beauty and the Beast show. But yeah, Tower of Terror was still... That was like... When we went in 97, Tower of Terror is by far the biggest hit of the trip. We just wanted to keep doing Tower of Terror, and it was just so amazing. Mm-hmm. And Sunset Boulevard was fairly new to the park as well. So, it's definitely new to us. So really a great, obviously a great attraction, which we just watched behind the attraction for Tower of Terror.
Guys,
it's really good.
That one is great. I'm going to say great again.
It's great. It's great.
It's a really good one.
It is really, really darn good. So, and then of course, ladies and gentlemen, we've got all the Downtown Disney stuff, which is all gone at this point. It no longer exists. So this entire section was, they kind of were pushing... They were pushing Pleasure Island with clubs like Comedy Warehouse, Mannequins, Neon Armadillo, Pleasure Island Jazz Company, Rock and Roll Beach Club, and the Adventurers Club. So, pretty cool. Different times. I know that the college students would go to Pleasure Island like once a week, Thursdays or Wednesdays, and go party. That was basically built for them. So pretty cool, ladies and gentlemen, but I guess we are getting a brand new restaurant, Space 220. We are getting a new show. Tron will be open soon, right?
I'm excited for
Remy's Ratatouille Adventure is open. People are soft opened. People are riding it, getting previews, loving it so far. So, I mean, there is still a lot of really cool things happening in time for the 50th, but we shall see. So, all right, anything else to add, Ash?
No. I'm over it.
That was a resounding no.
No,
I'm over it.
I'm done.
So do you want to go back to the 25th anniversary? Or do you want
What do you mean?
stick to the 50th? Would you rather be Disney at that time or...
Disney at that time.
Yeah. Interesting, isn't it? How different the parks are and different the policies are of the company 25 years later. So,
indeed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, from the Midwest. Please rate, review us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Deezer, wherever you guys listen to the podcast, YouTube, and subscribe.
What's the platform it's not on?
Spotify we have to check about. For some reason, it's saying it's not on there. I don't know why. All right, from the Midwest. See you later.